Aloha. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk Energy with Maui Electric, where we discuss all things energy on Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. I'm Kaui'oi Dixon, your host for today. On today's show, we're going to talk about the importance of emergency preparedness. As you all know, it is hurricane season, so that's an important point. We're also going to talk a little bit about protecting yourself against scammers who pretend to be from the utility, which can be a really, really concerning and dangerous thing for you. Joining me today is John DeLima, our security specialist. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. So recently, as a matter of fact, on October 24th, Maui experienced a widespread outage. In fact, so widespread that we called it a blackout. It was power affected to all of our about 66,000 customers on Maui. We lost power for some period of time. Many of you woke up in the dark. And basically, when we have conditions that are storm conditions, severe storm conditions such as these, lots of lightning, lots of wind, lots of rain, often does wreak havoc on our infrastructure, our utility infrastructure, and that was the case that day. We had poles down, lines down, primarily in the Hana Highway area, and that really did lead to, as I said, an outage that affected all of our residents and businesses here in Maui County. So we want to thank you for your patience as we work to restore power. And that restoration process does take some time. It really is almost a science, maintaining the balance between the amount of power that we have and the amount of power that we need. It's a really delicate balance, and that does take time. So again, we really mahalo you for your patience. This storm really showed us again the importance of just being prepared ahead of an emergency. We don't want to wait until the storm's upon us to do what we need to do. So before the next storm hits, there are some things that we can all do at home and at work as well for businesses to prepare for these emergencies. So John, tell us a little bit more about how residents and businesses should be prepared. We've been talking about this since June, the beginning of hurricane season, but still there's some things that I think we just need to reiterate for folks. So tell us a little bit.
We want people to take the planning and the advice seriously, and that we give a lot of lead time prior to a storm, but prior to any storm, we should always have a evacuation kit ready for us, at least 3 to 5 to 7 days of sustainable food, water. Make sure if you have medicine or adults that need medicine, that they have medicine for your animals. And also, animals are not allowed in most storm shelters. So we have to make plans and arrangements for those things. So we want to make sure that you stop at the gas station, take care of your gas well ahead of time, because there could be traffic and we don't want you caught out during the storm.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So just key points to remember. I said a little bit earlier that we did have lines come down. And that can be a very, very serious situation. Not only do we lose power, but it presents a safety risk, a very, very high safety risk to anyone who could come in contact. But tell us a little bit about downline safety.
If you are a motorist or even in your residence and you come across a down power line, we want to make sure that everybody stays at least 35 feet away from that down line. Do not attempt to move anything anytime for any reason. Please defer that to our Maui Electric emergency number. It's 24 hours a day, and we will send a person out to verify that the line is ours and it's down, and we will take the attempts to make that line safe. If it's anybody or any other utility, we'll let them know, and we'll also pretty much guard that line until that utility can come out and make the fix to it.
Yeah. Really good, just really quick tips to keep in mind. Again, I want to mahalo, the entire community for your patience as we tried to bring power back to you. There really is no greater priority for us than one, safety, and two, making sure we bring power back in a way that will balance and restore our system, and of course get power back into your homes where it belongs. We offer more emergency preparedness tips on our website at mauielectric.com, so please do check it out. John, thanks for joining us today.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. So stick around. Up next, we're talking about scams, which is prevalent these days in Hawaii, across the nation, in fact, worldwide, and something that folks really, really need to be aware of. So we'll be back talking to John in just a minute.
Aloha, my name is John DiLima. I'm the security specialist for Maui Electric. We work to keep our customers, our employees, and our infrastructure safe. Some of the physical security threats that we see, people trying to break into our facility to remove precious metals and material. A lot of times we also deal with the vandalism of our facilities, and we recently dealt with impersonators, cybercrime, including online phishing, fraud, telephone scams, computer email scams. One memorable event we had here was when a person jumped over our fence line. We responded, everybody went into the back to look for this person. We found him, he was apprehended. All these threats can cause interruptions in service, physical harm, and loss of personal property for our customers. Communication is key. It keeps our customers and employees informed of the threats around them, and this is one of the most effective things we can do. We want to inspire people to be motivated, and if they see something, to say something, because we all want everyone to be safe. My name is John, and this is my job.
On Maui, more than 66,000 customers lost power overnight after lightning hit the electrical system, damaging equipment and power lines. Service has been restored to about 34,000 customers so far.
Thanks again for tuning in to Let's Talk Energy, where we discuss all things energy on Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. We're here today with John DiLima, our security specialist, and we are talking about scams, and we're talking about helping you to protect yourself against it. It is almost like an epidemic, if you will, statewide, nationwide, I would say, globally. So really, really concerning issue that's occurring, and something that we want you to know about. So, John, we've been hearing that more folks are getting these scam calls. And they're claiming they're from the utility. So they're claiming they're from Maui Electric, and they're asking for money. And they're claiming things like, if you don't pay now, your power's going to get turned off. So explain what's going on here.
I think what drove this to the forefront of a lot of people's mind was the outcome, what came out of the IRS scamming. That actually became a spoofing scam, or a scam against people over the phone, where plenty of people thought they owed a lot of money to the IRS. And when that kind of went out because they weren't so successful, these utility impersonations started to occur. And what they do is they use technology to spoof our numbers to sound like they're legitimate and from our call centers, and they will try to force you into paying a bill that is non-existent. And they use an interesting means of payment. They demand that you go to the store and get a green dot store card, load it with money, and they ask you to buy 3, 4 of them at a time. And at one point it was even iTunes that they were asking for. And one of the biggest giveaways for this is that it does not sound like they are from the United States. There is a clear accent involved, there's a clear call center sound in the background, and they will get progressively aggressive as the call continues longer and longer. And a lot of elderly people have really succumbed to this scam before they started to report it. And we want all the reports of any attempts of scamming to come into Maui Electric, Hawaiian Electric, or our other company, Halco, because we want to know and track it and put it on the radar. You know, it's very important that we obtain caller ID numbers, that we obtain as much information as we can so that we can paint the case, build the case, and pass it on to the next investigator.
Right, you know, and it is really, really difficult because, like you said, I mean, you know, your caller ID could say Maui Electric, right? But to John's point, relative to, you know, being keen on whether or not there's an accident or there's a foreign accident of some sort, you should know that our call center is local. Yeah, we're a local utility company. All of our people are here. You know, so they're gonna sound like one of us because they are one of us. So that's one key thing to keep in mind, definitely. So, you know, like John said, your alarms, folks' alarms should be going off if you're being asked to go to a store or buy one of those pre-purchased cards.
Definitely, we actually are starting to go to the retailer and giving them some information that if someone does come in saying, "Oh, I need a green dot card because I have to pay my utility bill," we're giving them the information to combat it at that point as well. So we want them they go to the retailer, they obtain a green dot, they find out they're going to pay a Maui Electric bill, and at that point the retailer will caution them and they'll say, you might want to call their call center. Of everything, we ask that you call our call center. It's absolutely critical so that you can review it with them and see if this is a legitimate attempt at you know, defrauding you of your money. Because like Kawi will elaborate to later, is that we do not ask for money in these ways. We don't ask to pay your bill in these ways. And these people are preying on people who are unsuspecting, who tend to panic because of the types of aggressive means that they employ. So we want you to have as much information as you guys possibly can.
Yeah, that's so important. You know, recently we attend a what's called the senior fair. It happens annually and it happens around the fall timeframe. And we were just there recently. We do a booth every year. And this year we focused on scams and we focused on telephone solicitations because, like John said, you know, it's the oftentimes the kupuna and the more elderly that these people prey on. And that makes me pretty upset, and it should be concerning to you as well. So folks, get a call like this, what should they do?
You get a call like this, you should immediately get as much information as you can, caller ID information, any type of accent detected, any type of noise in the background, the demands for the amount of money that they presented, and the means of which they asked you to pay it. And then you tell the person, "I'll call you back, may I call you back?" Sure, they'll always let you call them back. You then hang up the phone and call our emergency, our 24-hour hotline, and they'll connect you to the call center with a customer care representative. We'll get on the phone with you, check on your account, and verify that if it's a legitimate attempt or not, and it'll always be an illegitimate attempt at defrauding you of your funds. So please call us. And then on the other side of that, through our investigation, we notify IC3, which is a federal database of internet crimes, and they want to know. And then just for your information, if you have no idea, there are over 150 different types of scams, and they just morph and change according to the demographic that they're looking at or trying to defraud. So please adhere to what we're saying, please listen to what we're saying, and please report it. Don't become a victim, especially going into the holiday season.
Yeah, especially this time of year. Yeah, especially this time of year. And like John said, probably a prime time for folks to, these criminals, yeah, to try to do what they do best, which is take your money and take our kupuna money, which is not a good thing and not acceptable. So, you know, if you think you've received a scam call, let us know, call us directly. And let me just share with you the forms of payment that we accept so that you are aware. So basically, you know, of course, you can mail it into us. We encourage folks to actually get online, sign up for our online billing, which is really the easiest way to take care of your bill payments each month. You won't have to worry about it. We do take walk-in payments to certain business partners that we've worked out arrangements with, and those are First Hawaiian Bank, where you can pay by cash or check. Western Union locations via cash, check, or debit card. So Foodland, Sack and Save, Safeway, and Time supermarkets are all locations that you can go to make a payment. So keep those things in mind. Really, really important. And of course, if you have kupuna in your household or family members that should have this information, please do share it with them. John, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. I hope that this is something that people can learn from and protect themselves from, especially your kupuna, because they've lived a good life. They don't need to deserve this,
Yeah, absolutely not. Up next, stay tuned and meet Farron Cabral, who is a financial analyst at our Kahului Power Plant, in our Getting to Know Miko segment.
Hi, my name is Farron Cabral. I'm the System Administrator and Budget Analyst at Maui Electric Company. Basically what I do is manage the budget system for the entire company and also manage the budget for the power supply department. I really, really enjoy my job because I not only get to, connect and stay connected to my finance area, but also I get to work with the men and women that produce the power for this island. So I think it's really exciting and I love doing it. I was born on Maui, and at the age of 2, my family moved to California. We would drive through downtown LA pretty much every day, and one of the most striking things I can remember is the smog covering everywhere. So I'm really appreciative and thankful to be living in Maui, in this beautiful island. When I was 8, we moved back to Maui, and I went to Kihei Elementary, Lokilani Intermediate, and I was a boarder at Lahaina Luna. But my junior year, transferred to Baldwin, so I graduated Baldwin Bears class of 2001. I am married. I've been married to my wonderful husband, Jeremy, for 8 years. Altogether, we've been together for 13 years. We have 2 amazing girls. One is 3 years old, and the other one is 8 months. And it's kind of crazy because they're both totally opposite. But thankfully, our second one is way more easygoing, and our first one was a little bit more spirited, so we'll just leave it at that. Besides spending time with my family and friends, which I love doing, I have some hobbies that I like to do. I like to game, so one of the things I like to do, RTS games or real-time strategy games, but right now I'm really into Pokemon Go, which, yes, it's still a thing. I like it because it encourages you to get out and walk, so it's totally Blue Zones approved. But also with the restructuring of the game, you actually have to get together with people and raid together, so the social aspect is really cool and awesome too. What I really enjoy the most about my job is just being a part of something bigger, something that's providing such a valuable resource for people on our island Maui, on Lanai, and on Molokai. And I think it's just amazing the work that everybody does to produce the power, to transmit it into everybody's homes, into my home, my family, my friends' homes. So that's really exciting, but also where the company is going from now on into the future. I love it because it's providing a long-term sustainable plan for my kids and for future generations to come. So that to me is awesome and exciting. I'm Farron Cabral, and thank you for getting to know me.
Mahalo for tuning in to another episode of Let's Talk Energy. Again, this show is about you. We want to hear from you. So if you have a great topic for a future show, you've got questions, any concerns, we're here to answer them. Email us your energy questions, topics, concerns to letstalkenergy@mauielectric.com. Aloha, and we'll see you next time.